did something.
He told me there's an emergency too.
There was another way of doing it when this key is stuck. I checked down there too. Vic up. He left the key inside. Because he lost the door handle too.
He lost the door handle?
Yes, he did.
No, handle.
Handle.
Door handle?
Handle. There is no door
Nothing.
handle.
It fell off.
Oh, look at that wheel.
It was a 1970 Challenger, I believe. It's got a lot of custom work on it. It looks like a Challenger. It's got some other changes to it. I mean, this is one of the first things you notice is this little hole right here. This is actually where you pump gas from. So you have to kind of do like a little turn and then you unscrew it off. And that's where you put your gas. So this customer really wanted everything deleted on the outside. They did not want any moldings. So if you go around the car, there's no moldings. There's no window molding. There's no door handles. So you have to use a door popper on your remote. There's no gas cap anywhere else except for this. And this is flush with the body, of course. There's not even mirrors on the car. So no side mirrors as well. Just a completely flush body. I'm gonna go and put this back. The issues with this is that anytime you pump gas, you have to be very careful so you don't get gas everywhere on the paint because that could stain it. Again, this is all no moldings. This is just a rubber sealer around it. The paint job we didn't do. The paint job is actually really, really clean. You don't see paint like this usually on these kind of cars. It's usually messed up everywhere. Got some really dope deep dish chrome wheels, and obviously it's all done up interior, all that stuff. And it's got about a $80,000 engine inside this car, just the engine alone. Altogether, this car is probably worth over $300,000, about $350,000. We're gonna take it out for a spin. Sounds amazing, and it drives really good too. So we're gonna take it out for a spin for you guys, show you. But yeah, right now we added a custom stereo system on it as well, and some other various things. I haven't driven a pure crazy muscle car for a while. This thing is definitely a monster. But yeah, it takes a little bit to get used to this car. It's not forgiving. It's a little hesitant with the pedal as well. So have to be easy on the throttle. Once it unleashes the power, it definitely has power. And yeah, this interior is very minimal. Windows are very, very clear. So it's like a fishbowl. I mean, you can literally see everything, which is also different because, you know, all these newer cars do tints and stuff. So this doesn't have any tints. I remember why I like modern cars, honestly, after you drive this. It's fun, but it's stopping at every light, dealing with the pedal, all that stuff. It's not fun.
Vic, I have a good question to you. I know you're used to driving Lambos, so you cannot drive a real man's car. How does it feel like driving a real man's car? I know you're having a problem with it.
You're driving a minivan right now. Car has electric door poppers, and I'm not used to that. Went to the gas station to put gas, and unfortunately I left the key inside the car, closed the door, and realized instantly that the key's in there, and there's no way to get into the car without the key. There's no emergency switch. We looked everywhere to open it. Usually there's an emergency hidden popper somewhere, but no, not on this thing. So our trusty friend came, and we couldn't get the door handle open because it's a weird door handle from the inside, but the key was still in the ignition, and we pried the key out, and we were able to get in the car.
Practicing?
Yeah.
We have a couple of emergency projects. Yeah, we got a Cullinan drop-off. Plastics painted body color, right?
Yeah.
And the emblems custom painted, the brake calipers painted, all that stuff before Christmas.
Not even before Christmas. It's bad. Well, it's way before Christmas.
Yeah.
He needs it by Thursday night.
So we have like 3 days.
Yeah.
And then we have the BMW i7, which is also a Christmas project. Full wrap with jams, with trims, custom wheels being completely developed and engineered and created within like 3 days.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. There's a lot of cars that lost promos too. So last minute builds.
The green SF90, it's doable actually, but now that we got these other rushes, the SF90 is scheduled to be in January, but because we have to do a clear brow on it as well, so we're waiting for the paint to cure. So it's not a rush, but we're trying to put it together to film it for you guys. So, and we're really excited. So we'll see. I think we'll do it before New Year, but not Christmas at this point, just to not rush that car. We will throw on the fenders today though, so you guys can see.
And we have one more car that came in. It was also supposed to be a rush, but told the customer it's impossible because we actually have no days left. We can't even waste like 10 minutes. That's how bad it is. It's an S-Class right behind us. Black one, that's a full build. We're gonna do wheels, 22-inch wheels, RDB signature wheels, one piece, gloss black. Do complete complete blackout. Also, we're gonna do calipers, and that's about it.
Alright, part of our Christmas crunch is this car. This Cullinan came to us 2 days ago. This customer is a long-time client of ours that we do a lot of cars for, and he wanted this thing done well before Christmas actually. He wanted to do all the bottom plastic trims in white color match, including custom caliper, brake calipers in blue, cobalt blue to match the interior, emblems in the custom blue, the door lock keyholes in body color white, the whole rear bumper white, a lot of parts that needed to get prepped and painted. We got everything done. We're already actually installing it back on the car right now. All of this used to be black and now it's white. And the way we do this usually is we blend everything on the bumper. A lot of guys will just paint the black on there, but just because it's white and not a tough color, it's still not gonna match. You might see Cullinans out there with that painted, but if they didn't do the blend work, then it's a different color white. You paint the whole bumper, and then we paint even the side quarter panel pieces to match everything appropriately. I'm gonna show you guys the emblems because it's really cool right now. All right, here is the custom hand-painted emblems. These are actually the factory emblems. It has blue in it now. This is actually cobalt blue to match the interior and the brake calipers. A lot of times customers want to paint the chrome and the inside. That's actually easier than doing just the inside and leaving the chrome as the background. So, very difficult to do this actually. This wasn't done with a paintbrush, it's actually with paint. So we have our little secret methods of doing it, and look at that thing, it's like flawless. So when that goes back on the car, that little detail to match the rest of it is gonna look insane. So again, we're rushing it, but we're still doing all these little details the right way. Can't touch the blue, it's still a little wet. So just touching the chrome. We have a Cullinan wide body that we're also working on currently. You see over there, he has one of the flares. That's actually the quarter panel flare. It is primered and now he's sanding it. The next stage will be paint. So this wide body Cullinan is gonna be completely white. We're gonna paint actually a lot of the chromes white as well, window moldings, all kinds of stuff. This car used to be that purple wide body wrapped Cullinan. And as you know, we glue on these flares permanently, but when we remove it, the flares sort of kind of break apart, unfortunately. That's how strong it's glued on there. So we have to recreate the flares, redo it all again. Next to that is the Veyron Francisca SF90 project. A lot of major updates going on that. We're gonna go check with Luis right now. All right, here's Luis. He's very cold today. He has his hoodie up because he's not a man. What's AL?
LA.
Oh,
Luis Alonso,
so your middle name is more importante than your first name?
I guess.
Right, stupid. Anyways, we're in front of the SF90 project. Check out this thing. This right here is a hydraulic reservoir box. This is actually made by KW or Novitec. This car did not have a lifter, so we bought this system. So the car has the lifter now in the front. We also lowered it at the same time using the KW springs. And now the car is lowered and it has the hydraulic lifter. We hid the button inside the center console on the bottom. So it's really, really clean. You can't really see it, but it's quickly accessible. Here we have the front bumper going on with the Rift carbon components. As you can see, 3 pieces on this front bumper. One is the middle. This is called the center duct. This is the spoiler, and this is the race splitter, we call it. So 3 pieces, 1, 2, and 3. As you can see, the beautiful fender on there, and the color match is perfect. This is factory, this is factory, this is aftermarket. Luis is working on it right now, which is, fine tuning. Obviously, this has so many lines that we have to match up. It's very, very difficult. Even factory SF90s are having a little bit of fitment issues and paint issues from factory, where you still have to put the carbon fiber roof. We have to put all the carbon fiber trims inside the bay, the front trunk, the engine bay. We have to do the side skirts. The whole rear end has to go back on. And then lastly, the RDB wheels. lights, which look insane. After we're done with this project, actually, it's gonna be completely clear broad. Paint protection film's gonna go down, and then we're gonna do carbon ceramic coating on the wheels and wrap, actually. So we do all that stuff in-house, as you can tell. So I promise you guys, before the new year, we're gonna have a big video on this car. All right, guys, I'm down here inside the SF90 now. You see this button right here? It says KWHLS, and it has a little raise button. That is actually going to be the button to raise the car now. As you can see, it's very hidden. It has a red light that goes around it. I can't operate it right now because the car is on the lift. But as you also see, this interior has green carbon fiber inside. It has green Alcantara everywhere and white. It's like a whitish gray with green all over it. Green carbon seat backs. I mean, this is insane. And obviously the emblem in the back right here, it says Tailor made with green carbon fiber.
And this one gonna be here, right here, right here. Like that.
Oh, you're making fun of me?
No, no,
That's how
no.
it's happening?
No, 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 no.